All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome into what might be called Trust the Tape. My name's Jeff Kavanaugh from DLLS Sports, DLLS Cowboys. Go to alldlls.com right now for the Cyber Monday sale. Oh, my God, the merch. Oh, the merch. Huge discounts. And that's Bryan Broaddus from 105.3 The Fan. Do whatever he tells you for whatever outfit that he does all the things for, because he's a legend and a hero. Okay. Say hi to Bryan.
Hi, Bryan.
Well, okay. Thank you, Bryan, for saying hi to Bryan, and hi to everyone else, as we're here to talk Cowboys football with you two times a week, every Monday, every Thursday. And so we are here now. Some of it will probably be Cowboys. Some of it will probably be draft. I might be
some of it. Some of it might be something that needs to be addressed right off the jump.
All right. I might be way too amped up on energy drinks at 9 a.m. right now, but we'll see. We'll see. Bryan said he had something right off the jump. So welcome, everybody. If you're here, please do me a huge favor. Hit the like button. Make sure that you're subscribed. Crap like that, okay? It's good for the algorithm, and it's good for me not ending up in a ditch somewhere starving. So do that, okay? Yeah. Bryan, what do you have right off the bat?
Jeff, I just got an email from Scott Golnick, the PR guy for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep, familiar. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Did you get one too? Just get one?
No, they took me off the list a long time ago. No. So anybody who ever gets mad at me, like, you don't want to lose access. I don't have access to anything. They all hate me.
Scott just sent me an email that says that ACDC's back on the road tour 2025. Second stop, AT&T Stadium. 13 stadium tour for the great ACDC band. You interested? You interested?
When you told me you had something right off the jump, I really thought it was going to be something. But it was ACDC's going to tour.
ACDC is touring again, back on the road.
I don't need that.
Angus Young, they're all touring. Bryan,
you get plenty of
they're back out there.
No, you get plenty of ACDC if you just watch sports. They're going to play Thunderstruck, and you can hear it and move on with your day. Okay,
and have a drink on me. Come on, that's your theme song, isn't it?
Fine, Bryan. I'll get us sweet tickets to ACDC. Okay.
It's right before the draft, actually. It's like 10 days. I think it's 15 days before the draft. It's like April. It's the second tour stop, AT&T. They're hitting some big ones now. They're hitting all the big stadiums around the country. So
this is the most excited I've ever heard you about a musician. Do you like ACDC more than Jerry Jeff Walker?
Oh, I like Jerry Jeff Walker. You know that.
Yeah.
But no, it's funny because I'm about to be 61 years old, and like ACDC was part of my growing up, and they're back on the road. They're back touring again. Angus Young, all 70-something years old of him, is touring again. Shoot the thrill, man. You know the song. All right.
Yeah.
Back to your Cowboys comment. I'm excited about ACDC back performing again. Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go, Bryan. Me and you. We're gonna. Do they do face paint? We're gonna paint. No,
that's Kiss. That's Kiss. Okay. Kiss paint.
I thought they might do it too.
I think Kiss is done. I think they had the We're Done tour. They've already had that one. So anyway,
back to any of these bands missing people?
Oh, they're all missing people, Jeff.
I mean, due to death.
Yeah, they're all missing people. I mean, I've seen Lynyrd Skynyrd with missing people. You know. That's what you do. They're old. They're old bands.
Yeah, that's tough. All right. Well, welcome to Cowboys stuff. Jeff in the Angus short would be funny.
There you go.
For shorts.
Angus wore an English schoolboy look, so he's going to go usually white shirt, tie undone, striped, with like a jacket, and then shorts with socks and black shoes. Yeah,
okay.
Angus, and a little schoolboy hat. Angus Young. You could pull that look off like on Halloween, but only old people would know who you are. Like all your young friends would be like, going like, who are you? What are you doing? You like an English schoolboy? Yeah, I'm Angus Young. I'm the lead guitarist for ACT. That's what Angus. Man, by the end of the concert, he's down to the shorts, white socks, and the black shoes. Though that's about what he loses pieces of clothing as he's playing along in this. Yeah, in this.
I like that. Yeah, one piece of clothing every 2 songs or so. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's had enough of the jacket. He's had enough of the shirt. He's had enough of the tie. Had enough of the hat. So he just goes into just shorts, black shoes, and white socks. Yeah, pretty cool.
All right. Well, let me just remember to type in the description when we're done. Cowboy Talk starts at 4 minutes and 54 seconds. Okay.
Man, these folks. I listened to our show this morning when I was walking.
You listened to our show?
Yeah, you were pretty good. I always listen to our show.
Brian, you were there. You were part of the show.
I go back and listen to it though.
We did good.
Yeah, you do. You were good. You're better than me.
Okay.
You had some good points, other than some of the team building stuff that you're kind of, But yeah, I always go back and listen to this show.
You know what I'm going to watch today, and I'm excited about it?
Angus Young highlights on ACDC.
I'm not going to watch Angus Young highlights.
Tour when they went through South America. It was pretty cool.
But I am going to watch Omarion Hampton, Caleb Johnson, Quinton Judkins. I'm going to watch these other running backs so that I'm prepared to parry when people want Ashton Jeanty, and I'm prepared to be like, hold on, bro, we can get a running back. We don't have to use one in the top 10, even though we won't be in the top 10.
I watched Emory Jones tackle from LSU, Deontay Walker from from Kentucky, defensive tackle. I watched your Ohio State wide receiver. Mbuke, is that you say? Yeah. Watched Evan Stewart, the wide receiver from Oregon. Yeah. And Mike Green, an edge from Marshall. So I'm kind of tooling right along here.
You're a machine, Brian.
No, it's funny. It's remember my traditional date is December 1st that I always watch players.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when the football season drives you into watching 36 players before December 1st. You know something's up.
Well, here's the problem, Brian. We're on a 2-game win streak. We're trying to chase down the postseason. You're over here farting around with the draft.
And you said this. You said this on our show last time on Thursday, or actually on Friday, that Cincinnati scores more points than you'll be able to score, and that'll be a problem. That'll get you back on track for your losing ways.
Yes, maybe, but we're on a win streak right now.
Okay, we're on a win streak.
The Bengals are 4-8. We can't pretend they're good.
We can pretend. We can pretend they're good on offense.
Bengals. Check this out.
Think about. Do you think Pittsburgh's defense is better than your defense?
I do. Hey.
Yeah. Okay.
Check this out.
How many do they give up?
I just want you to check this out. Burrow's got to be the first quarterback
with 1 million yards and
30,
4 and 9.
60, 80, 7 and 4 is 91 and 8 is 99. To score 99 points over the span of 3 weeks and go 0-3. Averaging 33. That is 34 loss, 27 loss, 38 loss. It feels like Dak's playoff career. It's freaking insanity.
This could be a hard team to play. Defensively, they're not good, as you just noted. They're just not. I mean, I'm going to start watching them tonight, but you're right. They're always in one-score games. It comes down to the very end. They miss field goals. Their record is who they are, but they are really, really good on offense. And what's funny is for a while there, when they were running to the AFC Championship game and Super Bowl, they were pretty good on defense, and they're not that anymore.
No.
So it'll be an interesting game from that perspective. Can Dallas do enough on defense to hold them in this game? I think it'll be very, very hard, because I feel like that Cincinnati could score on anybody. That's kind of how I feel like.
I did enjoy, because I kind of agreed with it, that Bengals Steelers, which was 8-3 versus 4-7, and the Bengals were favored by 3. They were favored.
Yeah.
Because I also thought the Steelers are a fake good team. I might be coming around on that. But I think that there's like the NFL right now has it is. Let me make sure I get all the right ones in here. I think it's Lions, Bills, Eagles, and then Chiefs, and then everybody else farting around.
Kind of, I agree.
So I think there's some fake good teams.
I think Philadelphia is a good team.
Oh yeah,
I think the runner has made them different. The switch with the 2 rookies that are playing in their secondary have made a huge difference for them. DeJean and Mitchell. Yeah.
I want to say this with all due respect.
You want to give the white cornerback some credit for playing well? And
I want to say to everyone listening that this is all what I'm talking about here is equality and opportunity.
Yeah.
And not to judge a book by its cover.
No, don't judge a book by its cover. Get
the
you
last
in trouble.
2 white corners that people let play corner.
No, pretty good.
Boy, they're balling.
Pretty good.
Brian, we need to find us a white corner. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the new trend. Denver took one, balling. Eagles got one, balling.
Yeah.
We got to find us a white corner. Okay.
Very rarely happens, but when it does, it seems to be pretty special.
It's probably, I'm trying to think of an equivalent because it just doesn't happen so much that I feel like
Cowboy
it's very
playoff
much
wins.
somebody changes their position in high school where they're like, look, if you want to have a future in this game, we got to move to safety, bro.
Let me tell you what, the last one, I could go all the way back to when I was scouting, and maybe I'll be wrong about this, but Jason Sehorn, I almost said Eric Sehorn, Jason Sehorn with the Giants. I mean, that was from my era. You know, he played at USC and then with the Giants, second round pick. But, you know, they played him, and I don't remember many at all until these last two that we've had. So,
yeah, it's big time because we needed them based on the I forgot which CTE guy wanted to do the black versus white football draft. We needed some corners, and now you know what?
We've got two. We got two.
Yeah,
we got two.
Now we at least got a couple. Yeah. You don't think Cooper Rush can score a bunch of points, Brian? I hear he's been great.
Nope.
No, that's it.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They're going to have to turn this into a game where defense and special teams. And again, I made the comment Friday that if I'm a head coach and you punt the ball or kick the ball to Turpin, you're fired.
Yeah.
So I still feel that way. Dallas is only going to get their, you know, Dallas has won 2 games because of special teams points and you know, their ability to, you know, create get a pick 6 the other day in that game. You know, it's tough for Dallas to score points. Dallas is going to have to hope that Joe Burrow is having a bad day. You know, he'll throw an interception or two. He will do that. And you got to be ready for that. And, you know, you might get Tank Lawrence back this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. You might get Tank back. I was walking the hallways going to my show last Wednesday, and I looked out the window, you know, I'm walking to the studio, and Britt Brown and Tank are out there, and Tank is hoofing it pretty good, you know, change of direction, running and stuff like that. I just noticed that out of the corner of my eye. But, you know, we'll see about him practicing this week. But he looked like he was getting after it pretty good. Britt and him were working well, you know, from what I could see. So if you get that back, it's you know, you beat Cincinnati before at home and that was in week 2, I believe, a couple of years ago. But you beat Cincinnati by just getting after Joe Burrow, you know, and then Diggs made a couple of really big stops, a 3rd down stop and then a 4th down stop that helped you in that game. But that's what it's going to take. I don't think, like, we'll see. We'll see if Cooper Rush can score enough points in this game. Everybody's been scoring on Cincinnati. Everybody has. It's kind of like everybody was running the ball in the Giants. So maybe you can find enough points in this one.
Yeah, it'll be tough. I just went back and I was looking at just the overall, how they've been with 5+ games of Rush, 5, and then plus the one he came in relief of. And I mean, to have gone that span, I think the one thing you give him is, hey, 2 interceptions.
Yeah,
not bad. That's good.
No.
Thanks for not turning it over.
They have a chance with him when he doesn't turn the ball over.
Yeah,
when he
but
turns
he's also
the ball
fumbled 7 times, and they've been lucky in that they haven't lost a ton of them.
Crazy.
But I mean, you're talking about 5.4 yards per attempt, a QBR that is 31st in the league, an old school passer rating that's 32nd in the league, yards per attempt is 34th in the league. Like, you're getting nothing from quarterback. And I try to say that without saying anything bad about him. I mean, he's a backup quarterback. And so he is doing the part of the job of, hey, please just don't ruin everything. But if you're asking for any sort of productive quarterback play, you have got none of it so far. So I do, but okay, but maybe if the best player on the team catches the ball, that could help.
It would be nice.
Maybe they are finally figuring out how to involve Turpin on offense and get some of that explosion out there.
It's only taken to week 14 to figure that out, but here we go.
That's the thing that makes me have a question and pisses me off.
Yeah.
2 different things. I got 2 things. 2 things on that, because I got 2 things on that, Brian. Okay, I got 2 things. One, do you think there's a chance Mike McCarthy is back in coaching next year? And the reason that I say that, is obviously they haven't quit on him, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Reitman and I actually think he's a good coach. Now, if you told me you could find a better play caller, I'd be on board with that. But I think that
he won't give that up.
Well, then he's fired.
He proved that. He proved that the other day. He proved that. He said that. He goes, I'm not interested in talking about that.
All right, then he's probably fired. But, like, what I hear the players talking about defensively on this team,
Mm-hmm.
it just really bothers me about their plan. Their plan this offseason was not to get better. Jerry told us one time, but then he kept saying all in. And so people forgot that he told you Dak's going to have to do less with
he
more.
was all in. He was all in getting the quarterback signed is what he was.
Right. But just watching what is happening with the defense, and I still wouldn't say they're playing good, but they're not playing awful anymore. They're somewhere in the middle, and they're making plays, et cetera.
Better.
And everything you get from the players is, well, yeah, we're really getting a feel for what Zim wants from us. And it's just like, okay, sweet. So 2/3 of the way through a season is when you start to understand what you're supposed to be doing on defense with a coach whose contract runs for another third of a season. That was just a dumb plan from the get-go. And I wonder if Jerry sees some signs of positivity as he works his way towards the end of the season that makes him think, oh, when we try this offseason, they've got a handle on what we're trying to do here. And if that might save the mics. That's all.
Yeah.
Possible?
No, I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying if that was the case, then Jerry Jones needs to come out and just immediately say he's bringing Mike McCarthy back.
Well, it's fun for him. Like now you get to
just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. If you're interested, if the question was asked from Bobby Belt and Jerry Jones said he says, hey, there could be a possibility. Okay. Possibility, and bring him back. Go ahead. Sign him up right now then. So you guys, you and Don Yee have agreed on a 4-year contract. Whatever. Say it.
You want no part of this. You want no part of this, don't you? I see.
I don't.
Your loins.
I don't want to watch this offense play the way it is anymore. I don't want to watch it. I really don't. I don't want to watch every 7th play be somewhat of a creative play. I don't want to watch this anymore. I want to, and I want to see them take advantage of Turpin and you haven't got anything out of Ferguson. To me, that's been a huge disappointment. And that a lot of it has to do with some of the health situation. I mean, with him with the concussion, but I don't feel like they've used him really in the right way. CD, I mean, even CD leads the league in catches, right?
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of targets, man, because they got nobody else.
Yeah. A lot of 4-yard stops and 4-yard crossers.
A lot of hitches. Yeah. A lot of that. I'm not interested in this scheme anymore. I'm just not. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in the offensive line, the right tackle regression. I'm not interested in that. Just not. There's things going on here that aren't good. And, and you could say what you want about with Cooper Rush, with Kellen Moore, it actually looked like a better quarterback.
Yeah, that's fair.
Here he does.
Well, but he had a better team, right? Like he had a better everything, didn't he?
Did he?
You're going to make me go back, but he definitely had a better offensive line. I would probably
he didn't have 2 rookies. He didn't have 2 rookies. He's playing with Biotish,
Yeah, I feel like I'm accidentally getting painted into a corner of defending McCarthy, and I didn't mean to. I just wanted to ask.
No, me personally, I'm listen, there's things that Mike McCarthy does very well. I think he manages his team very well. I think he has the respect of the players. I think the players trust him. I think he's concerned about their health. I think Mike McCarthy wants to walk away from this being a good guy, but they need something different. They need, the one thing that you could tell is they are playing a little bit better. And I'm not saying this because I'm friends with Mike Zimmer. I feel like they're playing better on defense. I don't feel like they're playing better on offense.
I want to be friends with Mike McCarthy so that we could both have a friend. And I think he'd be funny. I think just after a couple of drinks, he and
I share an agent, Don Yee. We have the same agent. I mean,
you still hate him. Does Don ever text you and be like, bro, chill out a little bit?
No. He, listen, Mike McCarthy did exactly what he needed to do. He resuscitated his career. He went out, he won games with the Dallas Cowboys. He didn't have playoff success, but you could probably do far worse hiring a coach than hiring Mike McCarthy. If, listen, Dave Canellis, Carolina, okay. Raheem Morris, okay. You could do far worse than those guys. than Mike McCarthy. To me, if you're interested in a coach that knows how to put things together as far as the team, the schedule, stuff like that, this guy's really, really good. You want a guy that wants to call plays? Mm-mm. Not in this
That's
day
why
and age.
I need all of these coaches to stop having gigantic egos.
They do.
So that I can
We
try
all
to
do. We all do. We all have gigantic egos. We
I
do.
only have a good sized ego.
We
I only
do.
have a good.
You love when people walk up to you and tell you how great you are, and
Yeah.
and then they tweet at you at Jeffrey Time and they say, "Oh, Jeffrey Time, your draft knowledge is the best," and da da da. And you're like, "Oh, well, thanks, appreciate that." That stuff makes you feel good.
It does.
But the fact that he saw the offense was not very good and wasn't really willing to do anything about it. No, we're going to stay the course and do what I want to do. Okay.
Right. And that's why
That's not to me. That's just I'm going to do it. I'm stubborn. I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah, and I don't think that it's unique to him. I think it's not unique to most people in football, but the guy above him having that about himself is the ultimate biggest problem of the organization. And I just eliminate it with other people. Yeah. So if I can get other people to understand, for instance, if Bill Belichick were to be the next head coach of the Cowboys, I think it's an absolutely terrible idea because of Belichick's ego. I would print off his last 5 years of off seasons and be like, don't tell me you want control of the team.
Very Tom Landry-like. Very Tom Landry-like.
Yep. Sucks. You can't pick players. You can't evaluate players.
Agreed.
You're awful at it. So don't tell me you want to do it. That, and that's why
this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen with Belichick, though. Belichick is not going to take a job just to take a job. And what he's going to do is he is going to, before he even interviews with anybody, he is going to talk with that general manager or talk with that owner and ask these questions. He's going to go, what's Will McClay's role on this team?
To get you players. You have nothing to do with it.
Okay. Who is responsible for discipline on this team?
You are, except when Jerry decides that he's going to change it.
Okay, so you have a role in the discipline of my football team.
Well, the buck stops, and I do mean it stops with the man who writes the checks.
Okay. When it comes to the tours and stuff, the building and the access that fans and stuff have to us, how do you deal with that?
I like when Dr. Pepper does it. I like when Keurig, they come through a lot, and we've got Southwestern Bell doing some tours, and it's all good.
Okay. And
matter of fact, I'd like on Tuesdays if you could actually give the tour, and I think that would be a nice little bonus when we have the CEOs come through.
There you go. See, these and your answers are all great, by the way, and great Jerry voice. This is what Bill's going to ask. He's going to ask, and when he's going to make sure that okay, I know all the answers. These are all the answers to my questions, and we can go ahead with the interview. Bill is going to want to know exactly what's going on in your organization. And if you answer all his questions, then he will interview for your job. So I don't know if this is necessarily a slam dunk kind of a thing. I think I'm leaning towards a Mike Vrabel, somebody like that. I think Ben Johnson personally is going to take the Chicago Bears job, but I don't know if Ben Johnson's in a situation where he's asking for a great deal of money. Bears aren't traditionally that kind of team. They're not that. So Ben Johnson, if he's going to take a job, somebody's going to have to fork over money according to what you hear. We'll see. But Bill Belichick, Bill Belichick is going to interview you before he even comes on this interview. And that's the way that's going to work.
I mean, that's what I mean about the ego thing. You went for multiple jobs last year. You didn't get any. You were out of the league, my brother.
He should have had the Atlanta job. And what happened is that Rich McKay got really nervous as the president of the Falcons that he was going to come in there and wreck shop.
Yeah, that's what I would worry about too, because his wrecking shop failed miserably.
Well, his wrecking shop is, when you sit there and don't spend money in free agency and don't do this and don't do that, he is going to say, what are we doing? Why are we doing that? He's going to question everything. This is where I believe like that Will and Steven would probably have a big problem with Bill Belichick. They're very comfortable running the organization the way they are. And I know fans right now are listening to our program and they're going, well, that's the problem, Broaddus. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I agree. But that's where Will and Steven are like, listen, we're comfortable with draft and re-sign our own. We really don't want to be big players in free agency. We're not, not willing to do a lot of this and a lot of that. And Bill's going to go, well, wait a minute, that's not what we need to do here. We need to do this. And I think Will and Steven could line up against Belichick to Jerry and say, we don't need to go that direction because they're comfortable doing what they're doing.
Yeah. If they skip free agency again this offseason, which team do you want to talk about? Do you have another team that you think we could do a good show about?
Yeah. Trust the Lions.
Yeah. We can just jump on over to the Lions.
Trust the Lions. Yeah.
That's the frustrating part is like, I honestly believe you're never that far away from being competitive when you have a defensive player of the year candidate, an offensive player of the year candidate, a franchise quarterback. Like you have those things already.
Oh no, they do.
Like, you're not far away. Just try. And I need my quarterback to be okay.
You don't need him to be. I
need him to be okay.
Not broken down. Yeah. This is where to me that we said it on Friday, the second purge. And people are like, oh, it's not a purge. They'll resign. And I'm like, yeah, I hope they resign Jay Lou. I hope they resign their guys. I hope they can. But what if somebody swoops in and offers more money than they're willing to offer? Like they did it with Armstrong and Fowler and, Biotish. Their deals, they made decisions. They moved on. But they were.
Oh, Jordan Lewis is going to be a commander.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's going to be a commander. Osa's going to be a commander.
Yeah.
They're both going to be commanders.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the one, Jordan Lewis, I mean, he's proven to me, man, the older he's gotten, really the better he's gotten. I mean, he play outside now. He plays inside. He's tough. He tackles. It's important to him. You listen to him like, pregame, postgame, all he's talking about is trying to win a damn game. That's all he's talking about. Need to win a game. Got to win a game. Got to play better. Got to do, he's focused on trying to win. And you're like, well, what? Yeah, that's the kind of guys you want, So I don't know. Be interesting.
I do think, and we'll see. You can punch me in the throat. I do think they'll actually use actual free agency next year, just because it makes sense to me on a spreadsheet, like the way that they've purged some of the money and not spent any and set themselves up to have more dead money. And the fact that you have restructurable contracts and your two franchise guys, I think it makes sense that they're actually going to try and be competitive the next couple of years of free agency because it works on the spreadsheet. And if they're doing that version of a spreadsheet for no reason, I will punch myself in the hamstring.
No, and you to me, I could see them being active. I could see them being active trying to sign Osa and Lewis. That's right.
You just don't think.
I don't think it's day one. Oh, let's go out and get player A. I don't think that's going to.
And I think that's okay, but I need starter level players, not once everybody's gotten all the starters, you grab people off the street and pretend that they're starters. Like I just need actual football players. That's all I'm asking. I don't ask for much, just not guys who are 3/4 retired would be.
No, that's a key right now. That you're absolutely right. To me, that's. This is the tough part about it is that, like I say, if they lose Lewis and Osa and don't replace, now this fan base is going to, they've already revolted.
Yep.
Now you're going to see some more revolt, I guess. I don't know how to phrase it any better than that, and that's not very good. But the fans have had enough, and it's not all about free agency. They need a really good draft. They need 10 players. And then when the draft's over, they need to sign 2 or 3 of those guys that, they'll spend money on that. They're going to need 13 players out of that group. And then they're going to need to, if they re-sign Lewis and Osa, then that helps. And then they're going to have to play in this free agency game. Then they're going to have to lean on their pro department because they're going to lose a lot of guys. They're going to lose a lot of guys. And, whether you think, well, fine, lose all the guys, but their personnel department is going to be on the jump when it comes to draft and then free agency. They got to be ready for both.
Well, Brian, against all odds, we managed to do it. We did a show again.
Mm-hmm.
I will see you Thursday. Have a great day on the radio. Have a great week on the radio.
Thanks.
And,
appreciate you. Do the
blessed.
same on the podcast. I will. You just keep, what players you got to look at? You got any more guys you got lined up?
I want to look at the running backs today so that I can successfully, when people say Gene T, I'm like, hold on now. We can wait till the second. And I just need to know that those guys are good enough. So
you know what, I like what you're doing there. I was kind of following Dane's list is what I'm doing, but I skipped around because Vach and I were talking about offensive tackles, and I know
I'm ADD, so I can't just follow the list. I got to do some jumping.
Well, but like you and I had this discussion, we were talking about, I felt like that maybe the defensive linemen were better than the offensive linemen. And I still kind of feel that way right now.
Okay. Well,
so
we're just
I mean,
but
I mean, not to say there's poor offensive linemen. I just think it's not up to, when folks study, if they studied last year's draft, they're going to look at this and they're like, man, it doesn't match up to what we saw last year. But I think the defensive linemen, especially some of these defensive tackles, are pretty damn good.
All right, well, then we're just going to get one. We're going to load up there, and we're going to kick everybody's ass. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Michigan.
Right. I'll see you later, Brian.
All right, take care.
Everybody out there, remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through, so be cool to everyone. We love you. Be easy, or else that's not a threat.